In the 18th century, the peaceful village of Lavardin, nestled in the Sarthe region of France, became the unlikely stage for a chilling saga. Life in Lavardin was simple, surrounded by dense forests and rich farmland. But in the autumn of 1764, the village's tranquility was shattered by a series of terrifying attacks. A pack of wolves had emerged from the nearby woods, and they weren't targeting livestock or wild game, they were targeting humans. The wolves of Lavardin would go on to claim numerous lives, sparking fear, superstition, and an all-out hunt that would make history.
The first attack came without warning. A young shepherd tending to his flock was found brutally mauled in the fields outside Lavardin. His body, discovered by villagers, bore the unmistakable marks of a wolf attack, but the sheer brutality of the wounds left everyone stunned. This wasn't an ordinary wolf, it had shown an unnerving level of aggression. Within weeks, more attacks followed, claiming the lives of women, children, and even armed men who had ventured too close to the forest. Panic swept through Lavardin as word spread of these bloodthirsty wolves. Soon, villagers were afraid to leave their homes, especially as the wolves seemed to grow bolder with each passing day.
The wolves that terrorized Lavardin were no ordinary predators. These animals hunted in packs, coordinated, and appeared fearless in the face of human presence. Unlike typical wolves, which avoided confrontation with people, these creatures seemed to seek out human prey. Witnesses described the wolves as large, almost unnaturally so, with glowing eyes that pierced through the twilight. Rumors quickly spread that these wolves weren't behaving naturally. Some whispered that they were cursed, possessed by evil forces, or perhaps even sent as divine punishment. Whatever the cause, the wolves' attacks were growing more frequent, and the village was running out of time.
As the death toll climbed, Lavardin's leaders knew they could not face the wolves alone. They called upon hunters and soldiers from nearby towns to help eliminate the pack. Armed with muskets, spears, and even makeshift traps, the villagers and professional hunters began patrolling the forest, determined to put an end to the terror. However, the wolves were elusive and seemed to have an uncanny ability to evade capture. For weeks, the hunts yielded little success. Some of the hunters who ventured deep into the forest never returned, fueling even more fear and superstition. The wolves' ability to outsmart the hunters only added to their terrifying reputation, and the people of Lavardin began to wonder if these creatures could even be killed.
In early 1765, after months of failed hunts and escalating terror, a group of seasoned hunters tracked the wolves to a remote part of the Lavardin forest. What followed was a confrontation as fierce as it was deadly. The wolves, cornered and desperate, launched an attack on the hunters. The battle was brutal, with both sides suffering casualties. At the heart of the pack was a massive wolf, rumored to be their leader, a creature of terrifying size and strength. After a long and bloody fight, the hunters managed to kill the leader and several of its pack members. The remaining wolves scattered into the depths of the forest. The victory came at a cost, but it seemed the worst was finally over. Lavardin's villagers slowly emerged from their homes, cautiously hopeful that their nightmare had ended.
Though the wolves were vanquished, their story would live on in the memory of Lavardin's people. The attacks had left a deep scar on the village, and the fear of wolves remained for generations to come. Historians have long debated what caused the wolves of Lavardin to turn so viciously against humans. Some theories suggest that rabies may have played a role, while others believe that a scarcity of food drove the wolves to hunt humans. There were also darker whispers that the wolves were possessed, or that the pack leader was no ordinary wolf, but a creature of supernatural origin. Whatever the truth, the wolves of Lavardin left an indelible mark on history, their attack standing as one of the darkest episodes in the region's past.
To this day, the legend of the wolves of Lavardin persists in the folklore of the Sarthe region. The villagers who survived the terror passed the story down through generations, each retelling filled with fear and awe. Even now, those who walk the forests around Lavardin claim to feel an eerie presence, as if the ghosts of the wolves still haunt the land. The tale serves as a reminder of nature's capacity for violence and the thin line between predator and prey. Though the wolves are gone, their legacy endures, and the people of Lavardin will never forget the terror that once gripped their village.